Movie magic. It's what makes monkeys fly, a gremlin solo smoke 3 cigarettes at once, and trim the stash of a high-ass Superman. But movie magic isn't really magic, unless it's a Justin Willman trick trapped in celluloid, cause that dude's a wizard who dabbles, nay, mastered the dark arts. But movie magic is just what directors, artists, and iMovie faders use to capture a sense of whimsy and wonder for nerds to jizz verbally over for the next half a century until they go senile and disjointedly spew off Indiana Jones facts as if they were still quick-witted children. However, what happens when you're a classic movie buff from the future who's been invited to the set of your favorite talkie during the only week of the year you sleep? You take trucker speed, dip your genitals in an ice bath made for an athletic dog, and hope the director isn't a verbally abusive monster like Josh Whedon, and instead just a normal monster who will kill you with his bare hands. But on the subject of monsters, I'm a marshland monster named James.
I'm Nicole.
And this is Mostly Speakin' Sentai. Oh, yes, guys. My name's James McCollum. You heard it here first. The devil made me do it, Conjuring style. And oh my God, I made too many mashed potatoes. Oh, man. We had a dinner movie night watching The Devil Made Me Do It. And holy shit, his hands were covered in it, devil style. And I thought...
That sounds like your nightmare.
What, being covered in... No, blood is fine. I'd rather be covered in blood.
I thought you meant mashed potatoes.
Oh, no. Well, this is a nightmare because I'm currently on a diet.
Rather mashed potatoes or someone else's blood.
Someone else's blood. Unless we're talking about eating.
Wow.
Being covered in it. I would much rather be...
Being covered in it.
Oh, yeah.
What if it's fake blood, though?
You want? Hold on. I need to quickly see something.
Okay.
He's censoring you.
Okay. I would much rather be covered in someone else's blood than mashed potatoes, especially the mashed potatoes I made. I know how much margarine went into that, and it's more than a whole stick of butter, and this is
That's why they taste so good, bitch.
Well, also because I thought
bitch.
it's a box of mashed potatoes. I just put because we're moving soon. I don't want a random half-used box of mashed potatoes. But this shit, I had to whip out like what you would boil corn in. Because
yes, dude.
After putting our large pot, like the one with a handle on it, I was like, oh my God, Nicole, I just put in the milk. I don't think I'll be able to also put in the potato mix. It was instant mashed potatoes. I should have just bought potatoes. Should have bought like 4 of them, mashed those up. Would have been good.
Yeah.
But it was...
Instead, you decided to make an entire box of instant mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Which is fucking insane.
That is literally insane.
But when you make
For
waffles,
2 people?
Yes, when you make waffles, they're like, oh, this will make 20 waffles.
It's not waffles.
I mean,
It's
bro.
not. It's instant mashed potatoes.
I know, but I've never made instant mash. This was my first time venturing in this
Did you
avenue.
look at the box and how many servings
Yes,
it has?
it said 20 servings.
He thinks that the box lies.
Well, on pancakes
Because
it
of
does.
Pancakes.
Pancakes lie to me. So they're pretty much the same looking thing when you just
both
dump
in a
it out.
box.
Yes. They're both flaky white things.
Yeah, sure.
Skin tags.
Yeah.
So I just
Gross.
thought both would be the same
thought wrong,
level
brother.
of thing. Hey guys, you've already
You
been
were wrong.
You've already been hearing him speak and making fun of me like he does, which this is all. I love the dynamic.
Wow.
Don't act like you were making fun of me for being against a monster last week on This Movie's Gay. But that's where you know him from. Also, his beautiful and lovely Twitch streams at Corwyn, also at Corwyn wherever socials are found. I'm talking about the dark
the
web.
brand.
Because you can find
The dark
his
web.
social on the dark web.
Oh no. Not my dark web.
It's Corwyn Cullum.
Oh my God, my full ass name out there. which is already on all my socials. So.
Yeah, I was going to say. Like, if someone goes to one of your beautiful theater productions, they'll see you right there.
Literally, it's like, hello, he's an actor. Here he is.
But it says Corwyn Cullum.
Yeah.
Also, on
It
This
does.
Movie's Gay, we've dissected both of our last names.
Because they're very similar.
Yeah.
And people misspell mine to be closer to what yours is.
Someone,
Which is hilarious.
a rapper who sent me mail, a CD, like I purchased a CD from them, spelt my name James McCollum, and a friend of mine constantly made fun of me and said I was the vampire dude because of that.
I also got that, but because my, name is Cullum, and it was very close.
Yeah.
Just a couple letters off.
I love it when family members misspell my last name.
Do you?
Yeah. I love
You
it
love
so
it?
much.
Okay.
They're not blood related.
I was thinking I could just, when people are like, oh, it's Jackass, because my last name is Jackass, I should just be like, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, do it.
Because I was thinking, like, who really decides how your last name is pronounced?
Yeah.
You do.
Exactly.
You could just say that is how it's pronounced, and no one would fucking no one would question it.
What I thought you were going to say is, you want to know what?
Who cares?
I could change my last name. I don't like it. So I will be Nicole Death from now
Dude,
on.
I want to change my last name to Death, though.
We were watching Trancers last night, and the main character's name is Jack Death, D-E-T-H, and Nicole was like, hell yeah. Also, the fact...
Or like Blood.
Nicole Blood would be really
Nicole
cool.
Blood.
Yeah,
Nikki
dude.
Blood.
Like Teen Titans.
What?
The villains on Teen Titans are the Bloods.
Oh, they are? Wow, that is... It's like, who's the Crips then? That's odd. That
the
it's
Teen
just...
Titans?
Wait, but also, does that also mean there's the Bloods in the DC universe?
I don't fucking know, man.
Because is this Teen Titans Go?
Yeah.
Wow, that's aggressive and frightening for that children's show.
I don't think it is.
There's someone on who posts on the Super Sentai subreddit whose name is Teen Titans Go Sucks, and I'm like, shut up.
Teen Titans Go Kill Yourself.
We're cyberbullying.
Wow.
Is a better name.
Yeah, Corwyn, you have any experience cyberbullying and not being bullied?
Only when I bully you on the podcast.
Yes.
That's it.
Noise.
I am a trendsetter for being bullied.
You create cyberbullies.
Yeah, that's what I do.
People are like, I'm a good person. I would never bully anyone ever. And then they meet you and they're like, God damn.
It's because I like being razzed. I'm an influencer. That I should put that in my Instagram and Twitter bio.
Will influence you to bully me specifically.
Just me. And people like me. Absolutely not Nicole. It's as if you will start loving one person while you mock another.
Sure.
So that's a yin and yang. I create love for Nicole and hatred for me.
I could say I do adore Nicole, and I'm going to end it there.
Hell yeah.
I think it's because you are so like
Hard
not
on my sleeve.
vulnerable, but yeah, just very open.
I have a hard on.
That it's
On my
like there are a
sleeve.
lot of things to easily make fun of you with.
Yeah.
And everyone like knows that you can take it.
Yeah, guys. I can take a joke and I can give them.
Yeah.
I don't like the way you said that, but
Is it because it sounds like I'm a right-wing person?
No, it sounds like sexual favors.
Okay.
it sounded like sexual favors.
Hell
It did
yeah.
not-
Speaking of which, I did used to have a hard-on my sleeve. That's how I used to jax it poetically. I just rub my wrist on it.
It wasn't poetic.
On your sleeve.
Well, on my wrist, or if I had a shirt on, yeah, why not?
Okay.
But I never wore long sleeve shirts. Did I?
But you wear hoodies.
Yeah, I guess a hoodie could count. And I just jack into the pocket up front.
I lost the plot on that one, just like immediately.
Good.
It was gone.
I feel uncomfortable talking like that around Corwyn.
Okay.
So that's why I was
Why?
looking at you.
That's new.
I don't know,
Why,
Corwyn,
James?
because we never have discussed sex stuff. I mean, that
I feel
like
like
in
that's not
personal life.
True. Like, I feel
We
like
literally
that's
talk about it.
with the
We talk about sex
movies
stuff with the movies all
you
the
guys
time.
watch,
Yeah, but
like,
that's not. It's not me talking about myself or you talking about yourself. It's us saying like, wow, there was a 20-minute scene of a person on the phone with a lady explaining a blowjob so he could get a blowjob from a man. Man, that is one of the like. It's a hot, sensual, sexy scene from Eating Out.
I was
I
gonna say
literally,
that sounds
I was like, I think that was Eating Out,
bad.
but
Nicole, if you're like,
why would you ask a woman how to give a blowjob?
No, how to like? She is explaining.
Or how to eat someone out,
No,
are you saying?
okay, here's the situation.
God.
This is Eating Out. It truly is a 20-minute scene that Corwyn and I were sitting.
Like, why wouldn't you ask
beside
a
each other,
dude?
we had Frank between us.
Yes.
Aw.
So
Safety, Frank.
we didn't know this scene was coming. So this man is pretending to be gay because a woman he likes, who is friends with this gay man, likes having sex with gay men. That's her thing.
Classic.
That's how she gets her jollies off. There's a term for this, but it is an outdated term with an a slur in it. So it's a man pretending to be gay.
That's the word that was in that Disney Against Humanity. And I was like, Jesus, you cannot put that in a game.
What?
It's fucked up. That term was in that card game.
An F hag?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I was like, wow.
So this man, he wants to have sex with this woman. So this other man who thinks he's gay is like, okay, we're going to have a blowjob. And he's like, this is the first time I've done it. So he gets on the phone with this woman who is like describing as if she is there giving him head. And it is one of the most sensual scenes in all of cinematic history.
Okay.
If you want to get juiced up, watch Eating Out and just watch until that part.
Not that.
And then all the other ones end up having it too. And a woman, I think, doesn't she just squirt on a window? And what? I think in Eating Out too? They're baffling movies, guys. Please check them out.
I thought it was a dude that
It could be also that.
came on a window.
And I think I wanted it to be like the woman to do that because it would have been even funnier.
Yeah.
Women squirting, it's hilarious.
Oh my God, James.
That's why I
So
get
that's why James
bullied.
never talks about sexual things with me, is because we were on a couch together with Frank between us,
Well, no, it just
watching that scene. Got it. Good to know.
there's just some friends that I also don't like talking about my like sexual proclivities, except masturbating. That I'm fine with talking about because it's like, oh, the person whom he's talking about having sex with is probably this person. Because yes, it is that person. I'm almost 30 and I've had one sexual partner, you know?
Yeah, and I don't talk about my sex life. I don't talk about it.
Because it's dirty as fuck and it's
Wow.
devious. It's blasphemous because
Wow.
you're in churches all the time, like
Or
in
it's
Eating
not.
Out.
Maybe it's
Wow.
just like really boring and he wants to keep up a facade.
Yeah, he's got that rep to have.
Yeah.
Again, I feel uncomfortable talking like this to Corwyn. Let's get off that subject. Corwyn,
I love it. I love it.
You haven't been on in 2 years.
Literally, well, to be fair, there was a pandemic.
Yeah.
Still a pandemic. So
There was a long stretch where we just didn't have any guests on.
yeah, and also before pre-pandemic, I was working a lot.
And that's what I want to get into. Theaters are starting to open up. Are you going back? What's the news on that?
Yeah. So I actually just got called yesterday with a date of when I will potentially be back. I mean, I'm not going to say for sure because, anything can happen. But as of right now, I am going back in a month. So
We went downtown for a ghost tour, and we went into where the Iroquois fire happened.
Iroquois.
Yes,
The
thank
Iroquois
you.
fire.
And
yeah.
it's like you are in an apocalypse movie where you see all the posters from before the apocalypse, because none of them have been changed out. It's like, hey, summer of 2020, this event is happening. I'm like, this is strange.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Baffling.
I think that fire influenced a lot of the fire safety codes in Chicago.
I think it did.
And
Yeah.
like nationally too.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It's terrifying.
Wonder if in a past life I died in that fire.
For context to everyone just listening, there was a old theater production and a fire started, and they had installed some new French doors that opened like I think inward, so it like kind of trapped people in, and then the people that were able to get out, the doors they were able to get open were like they weren't on the ground floor, so they like opened it and fell out into an alley and died that way because people were like pushing them out, you know?
But eventually there were so many, I think it was like 170 people died just in that alleyway. And luckily,
Insane.
In quotes, luckily, eventually people were able to drop the 2 or 3 stories and land on dead bodies and not be harmed.
Yeah. It was real bad.
Yeah, guys, Google
Yeah.
it. You'll find information.
And the like balcony seats.
Oh, yeah.
They lock the doors once the show starts so that they can't sneak down to get better seats.
'Cause
So they were just fucked.
The lead actor was an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, gave you some Chicago lore for you. But enough of that, guys. We want to get into Timeranger, but you guys can listen back to whatever episode Corwyn was first on in the Die Ranger days, so we don't need to find out his past with Power Rangers, but this is a time travel series, Timeranger is. And Corwyn, if you could go back in time to any time, where would you go and what would you do? You don't need to worry. You cannot murder.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. I would go back in time to a younger version of myself and tell them to buy just a shit ton of Bitcoin.
Wow.
Just like a ton of Bitcoin.
I think it's now like 30% of our guests have said that.
I mean, if I can't kill anyone, what's the point? I mean, the other thing, I would go back and go to the Library of Alexandria and, check that out. Like, do a little exploration, do a little reading, assuming that I could find some translations, I'd visit Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, he's awesome.
Yeah. For people who don't know what the Library of Alexandria is.
Alexandria. It was a pinnacle of knowledge that was burned down. All of its knowledge inside destroyed, including many things that we rediscovered years and years later. So there's no clue what wealth of information was lost.
Damn. That's like when you're working on a Photoshop thing and then the file gets corrupted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just gone.
It's 1 for 1. The importance
No more sexy
of...
comic book man.
Ooh.
Gotta back that shit up.
Gotta back that shit. Gotta save. Gotta back it up.
And we're not talking about asses. We're talking about...
No, I was talking
Ones
about
and
asses,
zeros.
'cause I was
Uh-oh.
talking about sexy comic book men. But okay.
Nicole's more focused on bulges and not butts.
That's fair.
Excuse you.
In the drawings, none of them have been...
Excuse you.
And I would like to ask, are there female butts? Are they ever on comic book covers?
Yes.
Okay. It just
the
seems
time.
like they're more boob focused.
No, it's usually the boob butt combo.
Which is, you can't do it.
It always ends up with weird fucking proportions.
Okay.
Like legit, there's one where I was like, is there superpower not having a spine? Because
Maybe it's Mr.
Oh,
Fantastic's daughter. Oh
not.
my God. Mrs. Incredible. You could see her while hitting it from the back.
wow, James.
Bully me.
I don't even need to say anything for you to bully yourself there.
So you're going back in time. I would like to amend mine. I'd probably go to Vegas in the 80s.
Vegas in the 80s.
Yeah. Smoke a cigarette for the first time.
Sure.
Back when cigarettes hit, dude.
God, I have so many dreams about smoking. It's ridiculous.
I used to.
Weed and cigarettes.
Nice. That's a country album.
Is it?
Yeah, it should be. Corwyn, anywhere else you'd go back in time?
No, I think those were some good choices.
Heck yeah.
Say hello to Nikola Tesla. I mean, maybe go back in time and visit some ancient gays because they're awesome.
Like who?
Well, I would say Achilles and Patroclus, but like that was a war, so I can't kill anybody though.
Yeah, you can't do that. Well, let's get into today's episode of Timeranger entitled Case File 38. Good night. And in this episode, a quick recap. Sion only sleeps 1 week out of the year, and it's this week, guys. Oh my God, but he needs to stay awake because the time research, or Research of Tomorrow's Research, that's the name of their company, gets hired to investigate a director who might be embezzling from the production company, and it ends up being a monster, and he's directing a movie, The End of Time Rangers. Time Ranger! Corwyn, what'd you think of this?
I thought it was fun. I definitely relate to the guy that was Sion, who was trying to sleep the whole time, because that's me. That's just me. If I could go a year without sleeping and then just sleep for a week straight, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that was one of my questions. Would you guys want to do that? And it's
Yes.
like obvious.
100%
Yeah.
do that.
You could get so much work done and so much
I
play
could
done.
lounge. Just lounge so much. Eternally lounging.
I could watch and maybe appreciate Love Victor Season 2.
Oh my God.
Okay,
God.
Nicole, it is an odd and off
And
show.
this is why
It's just not
I bully
for
you, James.
me.
Yeah, that's it. It's no thank you.
Nicole, I'm making James watch season 2 just for this. Just for this moment.
No, it was. You already said we were watching Season 2, and I have been.
And
like,
I was joking,
What?
and now I'm serious.
Oh, it is. I almost started it. It is. I'm so glad we didn't start it. Why wouldn't we do Season 2?
Because you didn't like it.
Okay, so if there was a Gay Bed and Breakfast of Terror 2, even though you didn't like it, you better believe we're going to do the second one.
Well, I mean, you ruined it now. I was trying to be nice, but now you will be watching it.
Yeah.
Thank you, James.
We did all 5 eating outs. We committed to that. If there was a Vampire Boys 3, absolutely we would do that.
What was that? What was that? Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter?
Yes.
Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter 3.
I thought you were going to say the only one we would not do the sequel to is Make-A-Wish. I'd be like, Corwyn, please, we cannot do that.
If there's ever, James will be doing it. Just for that. Just for that.
Well, I think none of the director, the writer, or actors in that movie ever did anything else. And it had to have been a Blockbuster exclusive because that's the only way we could get that movie. It's like when Nintendo games were, I don't think these will sell well. Let's just make it a Blockbuster exclusive.
Yeah.
That's Make-A-Wish for you guys. I'd tell you to check it out, but unless you're going to Blockbuster 10 years ago, you're not going to find it.
I kind of want to look it up now.
I think we sold it. It will probably
You had
still.
to buy it.
Yeah, we had to buy it because I was like, it's a lesbian slasher movie. Let's check this out. Shouldn't have.
And I was like, sure.
It was so bad. Uninteresting. It's probably still at either CD Exchange or The Exchange, I apologize, or Reckless, because that's, I think, where I sold it to. So if you want to check that out, guys, the Exchange on Belmont or the Reckless Records on Belmont.
They're just gonna that one copy of the movie is just gonna make its rounds, and eventually someone's gonna get it, and they're gonna be like, "This is the copy of the movie that they watched on This Movie's Gay."
Yeah. Or someone will be so baffled why it was made and look up, and the only thing that will come up is us from the past 5 years, and they'll be like, oh my God, this is the copy they had.
This is what they had.
Unless it truly was a Blockbuster exclusive. It probably wasn't, but what's up, Nicole?
I typed Make-A-Wish movie, and the only thing that came up was Wish Man.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't find information on that movie. James himself exclusively found that
searched gay horror movies, and that's what came up. If you search Make-A-Wish lesbian slasher, that will probably come up.
Is it 2002?
Probably.
Something like that. Yeah,
guys,
shortly after
listen to our episode of This Movie's Gay, because that's the only movie that I have despised on the show.
Actively hated.
Yes.
Actively
and then
hated.
there have been movies where I'm like, oh man, I could have done without. It's just not for me. But I think Make-A-Wish is for no one.
But you like camping movies.
Yeah, but that's yes, it should have been good. It's no Little Darlings, that's what I'll tell you that. Everyone listening to this, watch Little Darlings. It's on Paramount Plus. Also, I was going to say this earlier. I would like to be recognized as an individual who has good taste in music and movies.
Cool.
Because there have been many times when I start
I'm not
watching.
Be the one to do it.
There are so many times when I start watching a movie that Nicole's like, I'm not gonna watch that, and then you are sucked into the movie.
Yeah.
Like last night, you were like, "Oh, Trancers is for you to watch," and then you're like, "Hell yeah, his name's Jack Death. I'm into this." Helen Hunt.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna watch that movie.
I have good taste, guys.
Okay, James.
I am.
I never said that was a good movie.
I feel like
I just watched it because I was there.
James, I feel like this was a bad episode to proclaim that you want that.
Because when I bring up music, no. I have good taste. I knew you motherfuckers would bring up. I listened to that back in high school, and unfortunately, Nicole,
still listen to it,
Nicole,
dude.
How could
you saved a YouTube video of their music like that recently
it was not
came
music.
out?
It was not music.
And you're
it was
like,
not music.
Gotta watch that later.
It was not music. It was drama relating to ICP. It was Twisted and ABK put out a diss track about ICP.
You gotta hear that diss track, bro.
Yes, okay, but that is something. Nicole, you still listen to screamo music? What's the newest screamo you're into?
I don't really listen to screamo music that much.
But
anymore.
if Pierce the Veil's Alone and Stranded Without Gasoline came on, you'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I still like screamo music.
Yeah, exactly. I don't listen to new ICP. I listen to old ICP because that's what I enjoyed as a child.
Yeah, but you say that is not a one-to-one comparison.
Exactly 1
because
to
I
1.
do like screamo music. And you're saying you don't like ICP.
I like old ICP. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm more saying is you can't be faulted for what you enjoyed as a teen.
Yeah, and I'm saying you still like it.
Yeah, because I was a teen. If I could have grown up listening to Sean Price,
Corwyn's laughing because he agrees with
because
me.
I could have grown up listening to Sean Price and things like that, and I would have been like, oh, thank God I didn't get into ICP. Much rather be into Helta Skelta.
Sure.
But unfortunately, that's as a counterculture teen in Michigan. It's on like the wheel that you spin. There's a chance you'll be a juggalo.
Yeah.
That's just what happens, guys.
You chose that.
No, it spun.
Because you have bad taste.
Fuck off. I have good taste. There are so many times people are like, oh, James, that sucks. Then they come back to me and they're like, I'm so sorry for saying that, James. I'm like, you pieces of shit.
I've never apologized for saying things I've said to you.
Corwyn was like, I am so sorry, James. You're right.
Don't put words in my mouth.
MC Bush Pig is so good, guys. That's a
Who the fuck?
That's a very obscure Australian horrorcore artist.
Yeah.
That is just
Bad.
I think.
Wow. Surprise, surprise.
No, but I don't listen to this person. It was just an obscure, the most obscure person I could say.
Well.
How the turntables.
Oh my God.
Oh my
the
God.
turns have tabled.
Oh, James. Oh, James. It was not your moment to proclaim that you want that.
I have good taste, guys.
You watched a movie about a boy who got injected in
Yes.
the butt by an alien, and it made him grow a tentacle out of his head that looked like a butthole and made ladies want to fuck him for no reason.
If you were high on edibles and you started watching this as well, you'd
and
be
you're
like, yes.
damn, that was a good movie.
Yes.
Okay, James, the criteria being you have to be high on edibles to enjoy the movie doesn't really fit in the proclamation that you're trying to make.
I would have watched this and also said this movie was dope if I was not high. However, I wouldn't have watched it in the middle.
Your favorite movie is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the
Yogi Bear 3D and Toy Soldiers.
Toy
tied.
Soldiers? What the fuck are you talking about? Get the name correct.
Soldier toys.
Oh my God, small soldiers. You forgot kids
Small soldiers.
and cool people watch kids.
No.
Yeah. It was the movie of the New York youth that captured what it was like to be. People going to clubs, people giving each other sexually transmitted diseases, and a kid named Casper.
No, James.
Yeah, guys. Every single New York kid had that experience in the 90s.
No.
Are you trying to say you're a New York kid?
No. I'm just saying New York kids are cool, right? All city kids are cool.
You're saying as a kid from Michigan,
Yeah.
this movie is authentic to what it's like to be a New York kid.
Yeah, because I've people think I don't listen to cool shit. I know this because like on the Fogelnest Files, he had people who were from that time. He had Natasha Lyonne, who both of them went to the premiere of that movie, and they were like, yes, this is what it was like to be a kid in New York at the time.
Yeah.
A teen. So you motherfuckers out there thinking, oh, James just loves shit on rye.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
I wouldn't even say it's on rye.
I'm a cool ass man that your younger siblings idolize. Because, Corwyn, guess what? We do have an audience of 1 to 17-year-olds.
They don't idolize your taste in music and movies,
They
though.
idolize
think
me,
so.
guys. Yeah, they're like, holy shit, I will
They're
be
just
checking
like,
out.
who the fuck is this person? And what are they gonna do or say next? Because what the fuck is
They're like-
going on?
I'm going to do a double feature. 4 episodes of Double Dare and Joy of Sex from 1984. I'm realizing right now that I loved the year 1984 because
Yeah.
most of the weird ass movies I've been watching, 1984. Okay, you want to know? I have cool taste in that shit, not good taste. You elitist assholes.
Sure. Why not?
You know what movie I like that's good taste?
What's up?
Shrek 2.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking movie. I need a hero. Let's go.
I need a hero. Oh, come on, get me, baby. I don't know if that's what you're referencing.
No.
What are you referencing?
This is why you're not.
Corwyn,
That's why you don't have good taste.
is this a song? Is this a song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Corwyn does not know what this is. Prapa, prapa, prapa. Bum ba da bum, bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum.
James is like, Corwyn's never been to a movie in his life.
Yes, we said this on a This Movie's Gay for The Favorite.
I don't
Was it The
watch.
Favorite?
Yeah, I don't watch the movies for
Oh
This
my
Movie's
God.
Gay. I just absorb the information from the gay atmosphere.
Corwyn, this isn't
the osmosis.
It's the 20th Century Fox. This theme has been before movies since the 1920s, I think.
Is it in the gay atmosphere? That's how I absorb it. That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
It comes from.
Ralphie did it before the Simpsons movie.
All right, cool. We got 10 minutes to talk about this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If one single person tweets me Little Darlings is an amazing movie, I'm going to shove it in your guys' maws.
Wow.
Okay, but we do have enough followers that are they like the drama. So they would tweet you that.
Okay.
Just for the drama of it.
Hey, if it gets more eyes on that fantastic movie and more eyes on Double Dare, so they put out Family Double Dare and Double Dare 2000 on Paramount Plus, I'm all for it.
Put it in a 5-star iTunes review.
Yes, of This Movie's Gay, we need more of those. Even on This Movie's Gay, people putting 1-star ratings for our podcast. It's only been one for each. But then not leaving a review, you guys can eat shit.
Eat shit and die. Thank you.
Eat shit and live.
Eat shit and live so that you have to live with knowing you ate shit.
Corwyn, we're doing sleepaway camp for Halloween. That's for damn sure.
Okay. I didn't veto it.
But speaking of number one, Corwyn, what's the number one country you would want to move to if you could act there? It's like for 10 years, you'll be set with either supporting roles, some starring roles. It's not like you move there and you become like the number one sensation. It's like you become a working actor and you're like a household
James, we have
name.
to talk about this episode.
This is about this episode.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like this country has some huge, acting opportunities that I would like to be a part of, but also Canada does a lot of wonderful acting things. So Canada would be a good option.
Hell yeah. By this country, did you mean America or Japan?
Yes.
Okay.
America.
All right.
I don't know much about Japanese cinema, but I feel like going to other countries and being like this white face and taking opportunities would not be, a look that I want to have.
Unless you're playing the bumbling American fool.
Unless you're Scarlett Johansson.
The bumbling American fool is not the look that I have either. I'm a villain, James.
Well, yes, America's a villain in most countries.
Yeah.
But I'm not a bumbling American, James.
It's like in James Bond movies, generally a person from a different country is the villain. It's just their version of James Bond. You're the villain.
But are movies in other countries, are the villains queer-coded like they are here?
I have no idea.
See, that's the question. I'm a villain here because I'm queer-coded.
I know in at least what we've seen from Sentai, gay is usually coded as French in some of this media.
It's true.
Is baffling. We were talking with Eric, and he explained it like 3 different characters, and I was like, "Wait, aren't they all French as well?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I think that's just commentary that they're putting towards France."
Are they, French?
Yes, exactly. Corwyn lilted his wrist. But what notes do you got, Nicole? We got 5 minutes.
Instead of saying gay, you just say French.
Yes, that's what it seems like.
I thought it was super cute that they were all like offering Sion pillows and food and like tucking him in.
Oh my God. It really was the cutest, though.
It was.
They kept
It
doing
was.
that, and then they always, the villain was trying to hit him and things, and they all jumped it. They were getting their asses kicked, and somehow they popped over and were like, nope, we're blocking this blade for Sion. We protected him. He's the babe.
Yeah.
He's sleeping. I loved it.
He's a babe with the power. We find out that, I guess, Leela and Dolnero are in this weird polyamorous relationship where it seems like they're together, but she can date other people. And it's not like, hey, just so you know, I'm dating this person. She's like trying to actively make him jealous, or I guess like shame him as a cuck by dating a more attractive man. It's a weird dynamic they have.
It's like a power dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it feels like a power move.
She looked interesting. I wanted to know more about her.
I wish we would get more about her because we don't really get much until the end with Dolnero and Guillen, which I don't think we saw Guillen in this one. But Sion mentions that he has an autograph book, which was brought up many episodes ago. So I like that continuity-wise, he has this autograph book. However, does that break time law? Because that is like a monetary thing. If you have an actor's signature from 1,000 years ago.
But he's not selling it.
But he could, or
That's for him.
When he dies, someone could inherit it and then sell it.
Nah, it goes with him in his casket.
Okay. You can take it with you.
I do like that, like, they had this whole, the couple of bits where they were, like, powering up, and, like, he wasn't able to do it. And that it seemed like they were pushing the episode to go towards, like, them winning because he pushed through not being able, or pushed through, like, being tired and still powering up and all that, like they do in a lot of, that feels like a cliche that happens. But instead, it was because they won because he was so tired that he took the last page out of the goddamn script to get autographed.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I was like, oh, lovely. What a lovely moment. He didn't have to power up at all.
And the villain in this is the director. He changes. His name is Spirited Filmmaker Glowcan. And I was like, what animal is he supposed to be?
Is he supposed to be an animal?
Some of the times they are, I think. Dolnero's a whale.
He's cool looking, though.
He did look real cool. I liked his gray, like, beard, but also jaw kind of thing going on.
I liked his director's hat stayed with him.
Yeah.
His megaphone was his weapon. It's great.
You ever have an experience with a unruly director?
Not unruly, but I've definitely had some, like, really shitty directors. Like, once in college, I was in a class that was, like, for the directing. They were getting their grad degrees or whatever. And I missed a day because I was sick, but I had already memorized my lines and all of that. It was a day of rehearsal. And, like, he gave me so much crap for it because he was like, we memorized and changed all this blocking, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, I'm in my senior year and this is your first year as a grad student. I really, really do not give a shit what you think. And he, like, tried to give me so much shit. And then he went and talked shit about me to the costume shop, which absolutely loved me. Loved me so much that they would, like, let me get my costume hours while I was working in the box office by just bringing me down costumes to sew. Like, they loved me. And he decided to pick that one room to talk shit about me. And, I went to rehearsal and was like, oh, that's fun. Let's change all this. And, all the changes that I made in the piece, the professor loved.
Hell yeah.
He's like, that was a good choice. And that director that was so shitty to me had to sit there and be like, yeah, Corwyn made that choice. I'm like, yeah, I did, bitch.
Vindicated.
Vindicated. He was dick.
The director's powers in this are dope. He can, like, manipulate reality and make you go to a different area of the world, it seemed like.
Yeah, and even brought back monsters that they had defeated already.
Yeah. If you guys were going up against a team of enemies from your past, who would they be?
I'm not gonna know.
Just different versions of myself.
Okay.
That's me.
Nicole.
He's like, you just want me to put people on blast?
I'm looking at Corwyn. I was wondering if Corwyn.
You both, like, looked over at me and I was just like, that director,
okay.
Also homophobia, internalized homophobia. I'm gonna kick its ass multiple times. Let's go. I'm gonna set it on fire.
That's a big 3.
There we go.
Man, that director's up there, guys. The director is equal to a plague of society. Wow.
Nah, I don't feel like I have enemies in my life that I've defeated that, I would need to fight if they came back up. That kid I hit with a door in high school, I don't know.
What? Like a door that's on its hinges, or you just picked up a loose door?
No, not a loose door. It was on its hinges. You should have gotten in the way.
What?
You would fight them?
Yeah, it sounds like you're
the person you hit?
You're the enemy.
I told you, James, I'm the villain.
Okay. Well, last week's or I guess this week's episode of This Movie's Gay makes a lot of sense.
Oh my gosh.
I was editing that and I was like, oh boy, I don't know if we can release this, Corwyn, because when I joke and make things outlandish, like what you were saying, I make it so or like this. All the things you were saying sounded like things I would say as a joke. And I was like, wow, man, this is baffling. Listen to that episode, guys. Why am I pointing at the camera? You guys can't see me.
Literally can't see. He's pointing at me. He's like, Corwyn, listen to yourself.
Please. Nicole, what's a note you got?
Ooh. I don't know if I like or dislike Time Robota showing up. Robota.
I loved it.
Just randomly showing up and stalling for them.
Yeah. What I don't get about it is...
It's like, how did he get there?
I think the director sent them there. But
how did he know?
Yes, that's my biggest issue is how does the director know about this dude? It's weird.
I was confused at the end. I was like, there are all these robots showing up. This person, all these things. What?
Yeah, I don't have time fire in the like references because he showed up mid-series. So it's like, well, why? It would have confused people like, how come I didn't see this time fire? He sounds cool.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, you are very far from that. He's a dunce.
The Provide Us robot shows up by punching itself back in time.
That's also bonkers.
I was just like, okay.
This felt like the first.
Then the logic doesn't make sense because are the things actually there? Or is it just showing up out of thin air?
I wrote down was this a dream in a Hubbardhian head? Like, is this?
Yeah. Was it just? I think it was.
But it's also on the TV.
No, the TV just said there's a sequel to the movie.
But they said, the Timeranger were in that movie, and she said that he got killed right away in the beginning. This has to have happened and then also got aired because he was also filming it.
I don't know.
I think all of this is real.
Corwyn, your take. I think it was a dream.
By, showing them back in the apartment, sort of how they started with the producer coming and having the producer on TV and being like, the sequel, I feel like they were pointing it out heavily to be a dream.
Okay. Please, at MSSPod, POD, please tweet at us. Let us know. Do you think this was a dream or reality? I'm on reality there, but I could see it as a dream as well.
Yeah.
I think, if anything, it was reality that got made into a dream because of the director's powers, because of the way that reality was changed abruptly. Mm-hmm. With the director being defeated, everything goes back to, reality.
Also, it does feel like, now that you guys are saying it, all of this does feel like things that Sion would throw into a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The questions about Time Robota.
Uh-huh.
It's a dream.
It all being based on movies, that he is a fan of all of these.
The weird scene changes.
Yeah.
Also, in dreams.
He is in an outer space race, an extraterrestrial, if you will. There is an E.T. parody in this where they're all on BMX bikes flying in the air with the moon silhouetting them.
Sure.
I think if it's all his dream, there's also a very sweet point of that, in that in his dream, all his friends defended him, adamantly, and protected him. That's really cute.
And when at the end they show him on the couch, he goes, time up, when he's talking in his sleep.
But that could be because they had just watched the movie of what happened.
No, it said it wasn't released yet.
What wasn't released?
The sequel.
Yeah, the sequel to what they just did.
No, it was a sequel to the original.
No, the sequel to...
The original was on the TV, and then they were
Ninja
filming
Story.
the sequel.
But even Leela said, like, oh, my boyfriend died right in the beginning, which does happen in that, like, the movie that they were filming. And then they said the sequel will star Shinjo Ogata.
Yeah, why wouldn't they? They were in the first one.
Yeah, man, this is all confusing now.
I don't know how it's
I feel like James is confused.
I'm going to rewatch this.
It's clear. It's a dream.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
I like the Zanettes being little cutie assistants. And I love that when he's like, oh, there's going to be another robot to fight with you guys. And Domon says, Tak? Who is the little owl guy? And they're like, he's not a giant robot. How can he be here?
Yeah.
But all in all, this was a pretty good episode. A great episode.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Heck yeah, brothers. Any other words?
It was a dream.
Hashtag it was a dream, or hashtag it'll make you scream, because being in that reality would frighten you with those jump cuts to different points in time.
Why do you have to explain your hashtags, James? Do better at hashtags.
It was all a dream, or made me cream my jeans.
Okay.
Don't need to explain that one.
Sure.
Because if you were in that reality as you jump cut, you
And now
better
you're
believe
explaining it.
you'd orgasm. Corwyn, what you got to plug?
Catch us out on our podcast, This Movie's Gay. Also, me on Twitch at Corwinning, and social media at Corwinning. And also our other podcast is social media at This Movie's Gay. Those are my plugs.
And also, if you follow Corwinning on Twitch, you could see us record This Movie's Gay
This
live.
Movie's Gay. And look at me being exasperated at James.
Ha ha. Nicole?
Hi, it's me, Darling Homebody on all the social medias. DarlingHomebody.com for creepy, cute stuff. We'll be back mid-July because we're moving right now. Twitch is Darling Homebody, and Patreon.com/Darling Homebody for magnet or sticker.
Heck yeah. Corwyn already promoted This Movie's Gay, which is all I've been promoting lately. But I also promote patreon.com/MLM pod. That's MLMPOD. It's a great time. Go over there. You'll get engaged with Nicolas Cage. Corwyn, you said you wanted to be on an episode of that, didn't you? A Nick Cage movie?
Sure.
Which one was it?
I don't think I said.
Oh, okay. I could have swore you said.
Do you like the movie The Rock?
I love The Rock.
Okay, then it was that one. Okay.
You did tell us I want to be on The
We were
Rock.
trying to figure it out yesterday, and we were like, it's got to be Corwyn.
I love The Rock. I don't know why I love it. I just love it.
Hey, we'll figure that out on Engaged with Nicolas Cage. You also get Talking About Beyblade, the Toku Reading Corner, and the Podcast That Be. That's a new episode every single Friday of those shows. They interchange throughout the month. And then if you're a $10 patron, you also get watch-alongs. We've done Figure It Out now, which are play-alongs. That was very fun. And movies. It's great. Check it out. But you also get god ding dang shout-outs on every single free feed. Uh-oh, that's not the correct thing anymore.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So let's give a shout-out to them, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Kayla, a.k.a. Two Grapes, Tyler Wright, who is a good father,
Yeah.
Elliot W., at Garlic Sunshine on Instagram,
Yes.
and Jordan B., the Chaos Witch.
Chaos Witch.
Thank you guys so much, and thank you, Corwyn, for coming back on the show. It was exactly like all of the other appearances you have done, where these
I'm
two
glad
Incredible.
I'm consistent.
bully me
Thank
into
you.
submission, but I'll
loved
never
it.
submit. And I love you.
I love
you
being
more.
here. Thanks for having me.
See you guys.
up?
I've been James.
Oh, I'm Nicole.
I've been Corwyn.
And this has been, and we have been, I should say, Mostly Speaking Sentai. Bye-bye. See you in class, bitch sticks. This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.
And I'm Corwyn.
We don't do that.
Get out of here.
I love the intros where Nicole is confused as if she doesn't know what's like, oh, this is what I'm Nicole. You're just like, I'm Nicole?
Yeah.
It caught you off guard like that Brandon Patton song.
To be fair, we do listen to you monologue a bit and just trying to like follow that trail of thought. So like
It just like
anyone would be
abruptly
confused after that.
ends.
Yeah.
Okay, in my defense, Nicole, one, heard me rehearse this many times, and two, helped me write this. So she should know when the I am Nicole happens.
Well, yeah, just because you know when it happens doesn't mean that you're still not confused by it.
Caught you off guard like that Brandon Patton song.